You're listening to the Trading Bear Podcast. This is episode 9, The Daily Show.
Mystery player. Position.
Midfielder.
Start price.
55p.
Current price.
£2 and 1 penny.
PB.
36p.
MB.
0.
Dividend yield.
17.9%.
Welcome back. Thanks for joining in. In the news today, Balotelli takes social media to a new level by celebrating his bicycle kick in real time. Sunderland start a fan club in North Korea. And Gareth Bale's agent slams Real Madrid supporters a disgrace, but states he isn't going anywhere in the summer. Let's delve into today's risers and fallers then. And our first riser is one of Gareth Bale's teammates there at Bernabeu at Real Madrid. It is Isco, and he's gone up 16p today, and he's now gone to £5 and 13p. With the current relationship he has there with the current coach Solari, it was only going to be a matter of time before Isco was linked with a move away, and it was today that those first links appeared in the British media, and they're linking him with a move to Liverpool and Manchester United at a price of £51 million, which for a Spanish international at the age of 26, a perfect age, and the game that he can produce on his day looks a very good price. In fact, a third of the price of Coutinho, and for me, the two players are fairly similar. Isco a bit more of a playmaker, where Coutinho is more of a attacking last third player. A lot will depend here on Real Madrid's progress in the Champions League. If they fail to win it, and demands are always that high at the Bernabeu, then I don't see Solari holding his position, and we'll have a new manager, and then as to who that is, that may convince Isco to stay and fight for his place. If not, if Solari does stay there, then Isco will almost certainly be off. And in that case, it won't be a quick, easy transfer. It will be a long, drawn-out transfer window, as all these big transfers always are, and that can only generate lots and lots of MB. A logical rise, this one. Talking of logical risers, we move on to today's second riser, and that is Xavier Amachi. And I use the word logical rise with firm tongue in cheek. He looks to be the next youth bubble hype to emerge from the ever-expanding academy pump machine. And this time it's due to the fact he's been linked with a move to Bayern Munich, as Bayern Munich look elsewhere after their failed attempt to get Hudson-Odoi in January. Now, he's an 18-year-old pacey winger, and he's currently playing as we speak in an under-23 game for Arsenal. And they're playing Swansea's under-23, and I've just looked at the score and it's 0-0 at half-time. So no goals for Amachi at the moment, no rocket symbols incoming for him. In fact, in the likelihood that he doesn't score in today's game, I expect him to see his name appear on the fallers list high up tomorrow. Oh, as I just reported that, Swansea have just scored. They've just scored a penalty and they've taken the lead right on the stroke of half-time. It's Arsenal under-23 0, Swansea under-23 1. Where's that fallers list now? Now, as always with these youth players, it's not to say money cannot be made on these young players. In fact, quite the opposite. If you get in early, money, and huge money, can be made on these youth player bubbles. But the likelihood is you're going to be into that player midway through, if not towards the end. He's not going to produce the goods, he's going to tumble down, and you're just going to lose money. If you know what you're doing with these type of trades, great. If you don't, I'd stay away. The two fallers on today's episode see two popular players, and they are, namely, David Brooks of Bournemouth and Mo Salah of Liverpool. Let's start with Salah first then. He's fallen 16p and now lies at £12 and 75p. So why is this? Why has he gone down? Largely due to his subdued performance in the derby against Everton yesterday. Now, this led to a lot of comments saying, Salah's looking poor, he looks tired, he's having a poor season. And yes, this may be true compared to his season last year, of course. He scored 17 goals this season. He currently sits second highest goal scorer in the league, just one behind Aguero. He scored more goals than Kane, more goals than Aubameyang, 17 goals in the season so far. It's not a poor season, he's just got extremely high standards from last year. However, that being said, if Liverpool's title aspirations falter week by week, and if they don't make it through to the Champions League, remember they go to Bayern Munich, 0-0 in the first leg there at Anfield, then his appeal will naturally suffer because of that. He's not great for PB due to his natural game. In fact, he's terrible for PB. He needs to score at least 2 goals, including the game-winning goal, to stand a chance of winning a dividends. So it's largely his MB appeal that people may be buying him in for. And if Liverpool aren't going to win the title and they're not making progress in the Champions League, then his price will fall, and logically so as well. But there are a lot of ifs in that sentences, so we still have to wait a few weeks as to see what happens with Liverpool's season. Today's second faller is David Brooks of Bournemouth, and he fell 18p today to go down to £4.47. The reason of this, because he has just signed a new contract extension. Now, they only bought him from Sheffield United last season for what seems a steal now, £10 million, and he then signed a 4-year contract at the time, which took him through to 2022. Does this really affect his chances of moving on in the summer? Not really. I wouldn't argue too much against this. It's just a case of Brooks being rewarded, rightly so. He's had a great season so far, so he's going to be on more wages, higher wages. And if and when the bigger clubs do come in, then Bournemouth can ask for more money. He's on a longer contract, they can get a bigger transfer for him. So yes, of course, the news of the contract is going to make his price fall down, but for those holding, especially long-term holding, I don't think it really affects his price too much. He's a definite hold if you have him. Right, on to today's 2 questions then. Today's first question comes from Findex Frog on Index Gain, and he writes, if Pogba goes through a quiet spell of MB, will his price be affected? The obvious answer to this, Findex Frog, is yes. The second obvious answer to this question is, will his MB be affected? The only way that's ever going to happen is if he's going to transfer out Manchester United, in my opinion. If you have a look at Balotelli's time at Manchester City, throughout his stay here, he was never outside the news. These types of players who just caught attention, they're a dream for journalists, and as a result, they're a dream for us being on Football Index. For my money, as long as Pogba's at United, he's going to get MB. Should he move away from the club? Yes, I can see his MB drying up, and as a result, yes, I can see his price going down. But until that happens, then no, I don't think his price will go down. Adding to his current PB appeal as well, and Pogba delivers the full package for a Football Index. He truly is the king of the index right now. The second question comes from Neil via email, who asks, after the boom in January, the market seems a little quiet at the moment. Do you think this is due to the uncertainty with the upcoming share split? I actually think this quiet spell is good for the market, Neil. In no sane market anywhere around the world do you just see constant rockets, constant booms going up. If we were going up and up and up and up and up without a break, then I would be extremely worried about the platform. So it's healthy for markets to have small dips going up and down, and even large dips as well. For those of you been on the platform, say 5-6 months, you would have seen small dips in October, November, and then of course the market went up again in January. So this is a natural part of any market, and for those of you who have invested in other stock markets, you'd be well aware of this. For those of you investing for the first time, don't be put off by the current quiet period. In fact, the opposite. Take it as a good sign. I do, though, agree with your point of view, Neil, where you said, is it due to the current quiet period? Is it due to the uncertainty with the upcoming share split? In my opinion, and it is only my opinion, I think a lot of traders are holding back money until they know what's going to happen come a couple of weeks' time for the share split. And more importantly, what they're going to announce with the dividends. The backbone of the whole game, the whole mechanics, is due to the dividends. How the players win PBs, how they win MBs. Without it, it becomes a very unstable market and essentially just another betting platform. So the news on the dividend increase is going to be huge. As a result, people are holding back money, waiting to see where to put their bets. And in a couple of weeks' time, on 18th of March, that's Monday the 18th of March, when the share split news and more importantly the dividend news is announced, I expect to see the money come flooding back into the market. And then of course again a week later on Tuesday the 26th of March, when the share price actually takes effect. In both instances, the market will be suspended. I expect for about 30 minutes before the actual announcement is made, and during the announcement itself to give traders time to react to it before the platform then opens up again and you can buy and sell again. This is what happened for the previous deposit bonus and indeed the recent in-play dividend announcement, and I expect them to follow the same procedure for the share split in a couple of weeks' time. That's it for this episode. You can download and subscribe to the show on iTunes, Spotify and Podbean. Head over to the website to send in a question, tradingbearpodcast.com. Alternatively, you can find me on Index Gain under the name Trading Bear. Thanks for listening and stay tuned for the Mystery Player.
Mystery player. Position.
Midfielder.
Start price.
55p.
Current price.
£2.01.
PB.
36p.
MP.
0.
Dividend yield.
17.9%.
Trading bear. Today's mystery player was Jonas Hoffman.